Hello. So Skip finally stepping down, huh? Or they pushing him out? People like, he got fired. Everybody's celebrating. For what? What are you celebrating about? Y'all are some brainwashed bee dancers. Y'all only celebrating because Shannon's not there. And y'all be bee dancing for Shannon. Shannon is a fraud too, but this is what black folks we do. We latch on to black people who we think is real. Then when they don't turn out real, hey, we still trying to ride for them, right? 2024 has been the year of the bee dancers, the Tobies, and the Klan members. All of them, all in the line. Now, Skip Baseless, I call him Baseless, he should have been taken off of TV when he was on Cold Pizza. Y'all were allowing him to get away with that bull crap then. It wasn't until he started talking about LeBron, that's when all of y'all had a problem with him. I had a problem with him for how he was talking about Kobe as if Kobe wasn't that dude. And a lot of you people do that all the time. Y'all act like Kobe wasn't that dude. I'm like, dude, Kobe was selected like 13th in the draft, and he outperformed everybody in his draft class. That 96 draft class was like the best ever. Everybody go with Michael Jordan's, but no, that class was the best ever because they had a lot of depth on it. The front end of Michael Jordan's draft was great. It was probably the best we've ever seen. Now, here's my thing. Skip should have been off a long time ago. You guys pick and choose what y'all upset. Everybody got upset at the Damar Hamlin thing, and I stick by what I said. I didn't see nothing Skip said wrong. I mean, how are we going to call this game? Now, would I have said that publicly? No, I wouldn't have said it publicly because I've never been like that, where I need attention and everything. And I don't think Skip needed attention. Skip felt like he could say that, and when he said it, he made it in a way that it wouldn't seem like he was being very disingenuous. But when you try not to be, you turn out to be. And like I said to people on the video, I didn't see nothing wrong with what he said, but I would not have posted it. Now, if he was in the comforts of his home and he said that to one of his buddies, or he was on the phone with Shannon or somebody, then yeah, I'd have been like, okay, I mean, that's fine. And then somebody went out and said it after that, I would have blamed that person. But for him to say what he said, I mean, it made everybody mad. But I got pissed off because people were trying to use Damar Hamlin's incident to try to catapult him as the top Negro in the league. And then second of all, they tried to use him to try to bring Skip Baseless down. And then Shannon was like, I'm not coming on the show and stuff, which Shannon made it about himself. Like he always does. Shannon has always made it about himself. And I don't like him as a sports analyst. To me, when he got on that show, not First Take, but on Undisputed, he started changing. And then he tried to be more of the caricature of himself, which is Unc. And I thought it was disrespectful, and I thought it was despicable how he was trying to be something he wasn't. Had the Black and Mild, had the Henny and all of this stuff with the Wade cap on, had the big shower on, had the big robe on, you know, and you know, to me, and he calling himself Uncle Shay and all. It's like, come on. It's like you're basically doing what they view, that's what white people think of us. They think of us like that, and they think of us as men who have a bunch of babies everywhere, can't take care of child support, when really they're the ones who are they have the most people on child support and all of that stuff because they're the majority. But they're never put out there on blast because the media was not made for them. It was made to tear us down. Now, Skip, in this sense, everybody's happy because of that situation, and nobody liked him over the years. And Skip's problem came when he was, you know, going off on women hosts. He went off on Joy. Joy couldn't take it. Carrie Champion couldn't stand working with him. And she looked at Stephen C. Smith to help her. He just ignored. It's like, whatever. He got his own thing he doing. And she was like, wow. He never treated Jamel a certain way because Jamel knew what she was talking about. So he was cool with Jamel because she was very insightful. The other girls like Jenny Taft, what he did to Jenny Taft and everything, I think that was her name, Jenny Taft or whatever, the one white girl that was on there, when he basically did what he did, that's when everybody really cracked down on him, because, you know, Jenny was a great moderator, and she was. But Skip, you know, Skip is old school. He feel like a woman places in the kitchen or to shut the hell up. You can tell that when Ernestine around. You can tell Ernestine don't give no back talk to Skip or anything like that. Because she know what's up. Skip like, look, I run my house. You know, I run my house how I run it. You know, he's an old school man. So, and so with that happening and everything, that happened and everything, then it was like, okay, bet. So this is really backlash from all of the other stuff. And then afterwards, they kind of made Skip, you know, they kind of made him like, hey, they kind of made Skip, you know, they kind of neutered him. You know, which they did. Like, he couldn't really do what he used to do. And you're not going to get an entertaining Skip if Skip can't be who he is. You might as well just move on from that shit. You know, most likely they're going to have Paul Pierce, and they're going to have Keyshawn, or they're going to bring in a white guy or something. You know, that's going to liven it up, and they're probably going to push Undisputed back. They're going to make First Things First probably that, going to put it in that spot and move Undisputed out the way. Which to me, you got to find the right type of thing. You got to find a white guy, a white man to put in that job to go at Paul Pierce. And Keyshawn. Because I don't watch First Things First, and I think it's a terrible show. Especially with Nick Wright, Chris Broussard. They lame as hell, they bland. But you got people who actually listen to that bullshit. You know, because they don't like KD or somebody. But to me, it was just entertainment. Do I think what do I think like Skip or whoever's gonna do after this and stuff? I don't know. I don't care, but Skip should have been gone a long time ago. And this is mainly from when Shannon left. Like, everybody went over to First Take to watch that crap. That show's so trash, I can't even watch it. Shannon can't be Shannon over there. And it's like, okay, whatever. Shannon got to go with a narrative, and he got to go with this BS. And that's why I be telling people, man, Shannon is doing this, all this is and that. All this is and that. For real. So, they're keeping Undisputed on, so it's like, why? Just get rid of Undisputed. Just get rid of it. But they're going to keep it, so you're probably going to have Keyshawn and Paul on there. But I don't know who they're going to replace Skip with. But I could see Skip doing his podcast or doing his show on the internet. And there's people out there who still want to listen to Skip. I listen to Skip because Skip come from an angle of, it's like, okay, I see what he's talking about. But Skip issue is this. He runs with something he heard when the player or another person who could confirm the situation tries to tell him, no, that's not how it went down. And he tries to, change it and all of that and stuff. And he tries to stick to it instead of just saying, I made a mistake. I misquoted that then. So my information I got from my person, it didn't fly, it didn't add up or something, or some pieces were missing. But like the T.O. thing. T.O. talking about the San Francisco and that didn't go down like that. And people love to argue with me about T.O. like, man, T.O. wasn't the problem. I said, bro, T.O. problem was he opened his damn mouth. He don't think before he speaks. That was his problem. And then he comes off as whiny. A lot of times. He just come off as a whiny crybaby. And then if you watch his shows off the field, he's bland. He's bland. He has no personality. It's like, okay, Chad is funny. Like with him and Chad together. But T.O. is like, all right, whatever. And then he did the show with his the mother of his children, like 3 or 4 of them. That was a bad idea. It's just certain stuff he did that was kind of like, what are you doing? But I don't blame him for that. He was raised by his grandmother. And I'm not blaming his grandmother for nothing. God rest her soul. It's just that when you're not raised by your parents, like certain stuff, it doesn't develop in you. Yeah, you have a relationship with your grandmother, but you didn't come from your grandmother. You came from your mother. You came from your daddy's sack. And then you came from then you were born in your mother's womb. And then there you were created. So a lot of times, you know, T.O. was very spoiled. He looks like he was spoiled, you know, and he comes off as that. He comes off as a person who don't take any accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. When you're the leader of the team, dog, you accept blame, move on. Whether it's your fault or not, you're taking that blame because that strengthens your team, because your team sees, oh man, he taking all this for me. Bet I'm gonna run through a wall for him. That's why a lot of people will run through the wall with Don Staley. They'll run through the wall for Teaspoon. Teaspoon take all the blame. For the Chicago Sky, she take all the blame. She said, no, it's on me. I gotta be better. You know, she take all that off of the players. And that's a leader. But see, some people just aren't leaders like that, bro. You know? But the thing about T.O. is they did him dirty. Like Skip did him dirty. Calling him team obliterator. You know, putting that out there saying he's going to destroy a team. When it really wasn't his on-field stuff that, in my opinion, kind of messed him up. The thing that messed him up was is when he say his comments in the media. It's like, bro, like, why would you even say that? You know, and then not only that, you know, T.O. had a lot of drops in his career. And I mean, he would drop some easy catches. Like I said, like that season, he had a lot of drops. When he caught that pass and scored that touchdown against the Packers, he was crying and getting hugged by everybody because T.O. was dropping the ball so much. And that just helped him out a lot. But hell of a player. For them to hold him out of the Hall of Fame, but then I lost respect for him when he went up there with B Dancer Shannon and start tearing Randy Moss down and Marvin Harrison down and all of that to make his case and all that. And I said, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. See now you doing that bullshit. What they used to do in the field and in the house. Man, Cortez was over there picking that cotton. Why you ain't have a problem with Cortez picking the cotton like that? You know, he ran, boss. He ran past the line. He ran past the line, boss. He was gone. He ran a 4-1. He was a track star. Me, I've been here picking cotton, doing my job. That's what you sounded like, T.O. That's the reason why I had a problem with you. I didn't blame you for Dallas. I didn't blame you for Philly. I felt that was on McNabb because McNabb is the leader of the team. You know, but you also made some disparaging comments that you just don't make. You don't say Brett Favre is a better quarterback than the quarterback you're currently with. You don't do that, bro. Quarterbacks are very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? So when Skip Bayless was getting on T.O., that was disrespectful as well. And I've said the same thing about him, calling him team obliterator and all of that, but I didn't like Skip because Skip made some BS takes a lot of time. Skip is an a-hole. And Skip gets away with a lot of stuff because of him being of the Caucasian complexion. And he's allowed to say certain stuff. And he was getting away with it. Now, Skip did put on a lot of brothers. He put on a lot of brothers, like he got Stephen C. Smith his job back. He got Stephen C. Smith his job back. He got Stephen C. Smith his job back. He put Shannon Sharp out there because remember, Shannon wasn't finna Shannon basically wasn't even finna be on TV again, remember? He had them allegations against him at CBS and they let him go when they found out it was false, but he couldn't get his job back. So Skip did a lot for Shannon to blow up. He did a lot. He did a whole lot for Shannon to blow up. But nobody's going to give him credit for it because they don't like Skip Baseless. But if it weren't for Skip Baseless, y'all wouldn't know who Shannon was. Y'all can hate, but the proof's in the pudding. Without Skip, you wouldn't have known Shannon, but Skip will be all right. Skip got money. Skip got bread. You know? Skip got money, but he'll be straight. But am I celebrating? No, because I don't give a shit. Skip should have been let go a long time ago. He should have never even came on. He should have got taken off with cold pizza. But y'all didn't care what he said about Kobe. Y'all didn't care what he said about AI. Y'all care when LeBron started being talked about. That's when y'all wanted to run over there and then talk about Skip needs to be stopped. I'm like, bro, Skip did this for years. Y'all didn't like Kobe Bryant, so y'all rolled with the bullshit, right? It's cool for him to say that, but because Shannon ain't there no more, hey, my opinion, who cares? But thank y'all for listening. I'll probably be back tonight. If not, oh well. I'm out. Deezy.